Hey everybody, welcome to Kenknowsgambling. Oh, it's Saturday night. Oh, I'm sure there's a bunch of live stuff going on now, but I wanted to come at this AMC 117 a little bit different. It just seems like there's a lot of confusion on the counting. Some people get most of it, some people only get half of it, and it's really causing havoc. So I'm going to do this video into two parts. I'm going to give you a simple version of this where you don't have to count and you make more money, okay? There's two ways that you can actually do this. So I'll do that. We'll do the simplified version, get the counting totally out of it, and then I'll cut the video. And if for those that want to stay tuned and learn the counting way properly, you can stay tuned to that, or you can just exit, when I'm done with the easy versions. Okay, well, I'll do it that way so I don't have to bore the folks that don't want to learn the proper count way. Because here's what's going on. I think this thing's been done about 5 times. I know Jeff at Mid-Atlantic has done it about twice. John at Pro Craps, I know, has done it twice. Waylon over at Waylon's Way Craps has done it once. And, everybody did well. Everybody made money. But the count part, people are still missing. Everybody is missing it. And that's okay. I guess I didn't think it was that hard, but I guess it is. So I want to try to do this one more time, but I wanted, again, to do it in 2 parts. I'm going to do the 2 easy ways, cut the video, and then come back and then reteach the counting. All right. So without any further ado, we're going to get on into it. So here we go. The first tweak that I have made is on the 6 and 8s. When you get to the second level, okay? Instead of it being like 78, I just went ahead and made it 90, 90. Made it easy. So there's the first tweak. So here's what you got. You got $64. Level 1 of your mini martingale. Level 2, 75 across with 2 90s in there. That's going to come up to $480. And then on the back row, your third step of your mini martingale, you got 500 across with capping 200, so there's 3,200. In essence, total, you have $3,744 to be exact. Now, you could bring $3,800 or whatever, but you need, just in case, you need $3,744 to play. Okay, well, that's risky enough as it is. And if you do the count part, do it correctly, sometimes you can cut this into half, maybe $1,500 if you use the count. But the easy way is for the folks that don't want to use the count and they don't mind risking the full load of your second martingale and your third, if you don't mind risking the $3,744 every single time you point out, then this is going to be for you. Easy, easy, easy. Okay? So, here we go. You sit here and you got 64. Okay? 64 across. All right. Let's win a couple here. Let's just win on the 10. So, that's going to be $18. We're going to put it over here. Now, if you do it the easy way, this profit will never come off this table. You'll have this in your rack. You never have to pull a nickel from it like you do when you count, okay? But I'm saving the counting for the second part. Easy way. All right, so you just won $18. Let's say you hit the 9. We'll do a 15 for 1. Okay? We're not worrying about how many. We're not counting. I'm not looking at my rack. I don't have to look at my rack. Okay? I know Jeff over at Mid-Atlantic was doing this with the count. Well, he was almost there too. But he started basing his bets on what he had over in his rack. Negative. Don't do that. Okay? Boom. So now let's say you win the 6. We'll do another 15 for 1. All right. let's say you got 3 hits over here. Now you 0.7 out. Okay, fine. You're not counting anymore, so who cares? So now they just take your 64 bucks. Okay. Just like so. Now, right now, I have over here in profit 25, 35, 45. I have 46 bucks right now. This is going to be important. So I had 1 hit, 2 hits, 5 hits, 20 hits. Who gives a flip? Okay. Because I 0.7 out. So I'm automatically going to this level. So we're just going to drop it in. Now at this level, remember, I lost 64 up here because I want to keep my profit. So all I got to do is pay 64 bucks. Any one of these hits will do it. All right. Let's say that you win on the 9. They pay you 105 bucks. 1 hit, back to 64. Never more. This is designed to win all your money back in 1 hit so you can go back to 64. But watch. It's $105 in profit, right? We're going to put it over here to the profit center. I'm going to shove this back. Like so. No, actually, I'm going to bring my 105 back before I stick it over here. Okay, so I put the second level of the martingale back. I got 105 bucks. Well, I still got to put 64 across, so we're going to use this 100. Okay, there's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, and then we're going to use one of these to get some ones. 64, and I get 1. Okay, so out of that 105, I get to keep this. Okay, what have we accomplished? We had a few hits. We lost on the 0.7 out. Great. We lost. We brought in our second level of the martingale in. 1 hit. Put the second level back. Put the 64 across. Bank the rest. We're right back at square one. No count, no nothing. Okay? If you 0.7 out here, fine. You go right to here. It's going to give you all your money back plus the profit. Okay? If you lose here, then you got to go to this big dog right here. It's 3,200 bucks. But if you hit any one of these one time, it'll give you this level back and this level back, plus a pretty good sized profit. Especially if you hit a 4 or 10 or a 5 and 9. Reset, rinse, repeat. That's it. So I could take the AMC 117 and bring it down to simple. All right. Here's what your rows look like. 500 across, capping with the 200. So there's 6 and 6 on the 6 and 8. There's 3,200. This is 75 across, except you're going to put 90 for the 6 and 8, which is going to be $480 level. And then you got $64 here. Total is $37.44. Every time you put money over here, you'll never have to pull it out again. Because I noticed if folks don't do the count right, they might sit there and have 15 rolls in a whole session and come out with 25 bucks. You know why? Because they didn't do the count right. That's the only reason. Okay, fine. Do it the simple way. You don't have to worry about the count. It just builds profit, builds profit. But, like before, you still now, 3.7 outs, you're going to lose $3,744. Okay? But if you're willing to risk the $37.44, that you're not going to get 3.7 outs in a row, they would have to be in a row. Now, not 7 come out, 0.7 out in a row, then just do it the easy way. Your life is simple, no counting required. Okay? Simple version. I think John at Pro Craps has another version. I don't know if he'll ever roll it out again, but this comes to the second easiest way to do this without having the third row. What John does is he's going to take this third row out. he's only going to have 2 rows, man. All right. So he's going to do 64, and then he's going to have his 480 out there. That's it. If he loses here, he goes to here. Now, if he loses there, he's going to back his 3rd row up with a 2nd level, just like that, because he believes he can overcome $480 rather than $3,200, and he may be right. But that's another way you can do it. You're cutting your whole bankroll, 480, you're cutting it down to less than $600 if you do it just with 2, but you're giving yourself one less shot, but you could do it less money. Just don't get 2.7 outs in a row. You could do it that way to make it easy. All right? Me, I like that 3rd level. For sure. Okay? That just 1 extra. I mean, it's just a math thing. Now, I know you can 3.7 outs in a row. It can happen. But I think you can win a whole lot of money and bail out before it happens to you. I just do. And again, this is especially a system for DIs. This is who I created it for. Okay? You can lay off that 0.7 just 1 freaking time. You can sit here all night and play this thing. All right? So there's the easy version. Okay? Just don't count. Rack money, rack money. If you 0.7 out, go to the 2nd level. As soon as you win 1 time, put your 2nd level back up, put your 64 back up, rack the profit. Rack profit, rack profit, rack profit. Your only catch is no 3.7 outs in a row. And you can sit there and smack a lot of money. Okay? Especially if you have to go to this 3rd level. Because at 2 to 1 here, or 9 to 5, this $500 now is going to be $900. That one hit, $900. Well, you didn't even use this part. I mean, you win hundreds if you have to go to this level. So you'll win more to be easy and not have to count. So I don't want to count. It's too hard to count. Fine. You're just going to risk this all the time. But the plus side of it, you'll make a whole lot more money. Counting makes less money, but gives you less risk up here, even if you 0.7 out 3 times. All right? So there you go. There's the easy version with no counting whatsoever. And, then you can watch your rack. If you're up a lot, you can press, you can do whatever you want. The AMC 117 really at that level, without counting, just becomes a 64 cross martingale. It's really not the AMC 117 anymore. It just becomes a flat 64 with the 3-step martingale. But so be it. If that's what everybody wants to do to make it easy, there it is. Okay? So, enough of that. There's the 2 easy ways to do it. Making your 6 and 8s 90s on that 2nd level, that'll help you. Makes everything easy. And you just have to risk 37.44 every time. Just can't 0.7 out 3 in a row. Other than that, you'll just rack profit all night long. I think Jess said he's run it 10, 12 times, hasn't lost. I think Waylon said he's run it once on camera, but he's done it several times. I think he said he won 10 grand on it, but he upped everything. You know how Waylon is. It's, it's black or nothing, which is cool. It doesn't matter if it's $12 across or, $360. It doesn't matter if you've got the bankroll to go through the 3 steps properly. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Till you get over table max, and then you might be screwed. But there it is, y'all. So, hey, listen, if you liked this portion, I'm going to do another one. But if you like this portion, maybe give me a thumbs up. And, again, consider subscribing. This is for those that are going to bail out right now. I appreciate you. Share the video. That would be a nice thing you can do. But there's the AMC 117 Ultra Simplified version. We're going to come back in a second, and we're going to go ahead and get into exactly how you do the count for those that wish to do it. So for those that are going to continue with me, I'll see you in a second. And for those that are going to just stop because you got the easy version, appreciate you. And we'll catch you on the next video. All right, we'll come back in a second. All right, everybody, for those of you who are sticking with me and you want to learn how to actually do the count correctly, I appreciate it. We're going to learn how to actually count, and we're going to learn why. And I really want everybody to get this. Now, if you saw the first portion of the video, we just make it easy and we don't have to count. This is $3,744 right here. You have a $64 level. You have a $480 level because we're using 90s instead of 78s on your 6 and 8. And you got a $3,200 level. But if you remember in the first portion of it, no counting. Anytime you 27, you just immediately go to 100% of the second level, 100% of the third level. All right. Why did I create the count? I created the count so you don't have to get into this portion as deep. Okay? It doesn't win as much money by counting. It just is, the whole design is to cut less into this. So there's sometimes maybe if you do 0.7 out of 3 times in a row, maybe you lost 1,500 instead of 37. Now that's huge to me, but if it's not huge to you, use the simple version, don't count. Just use what I just showed you here a minute ago. But if you want to learn how to whack into this, here's how you do it. Okay, so you got $64 here. And oh, by the way, no, we'll just keep going where I'm at. So we have $64 here. Okay, so you have to, there's 6 units here. All right, so I'm going to try to make this as easy as I can. There's 6 basically $10 units. Okay, so we have to start at 6. Every single time we go back to 64, we have to start at 6. Okay, so let's say that we hit the 10. Okay, all right, we get $18 for that, but that's one hit. So the 6 now goes down to 5. We go backwards, and there's a reason for it instead of going forwards. So 6 now becomes 5. If I get 0.7 out right this very second, at the 5 level, you can still come back and do the full 75 if you want to. It's up to you. But at the 5 level, you can do 50s across, 50, 50, 60, 60, 50, 50 if you want. And any one of those 50s will win what you lost. Because you remember, you won a unit over here already. So you've only got 5 10s sitting out here. It's going to win it back for you. Then you go back to 64 and start over at 6. Okay? Simple enough. I think most people get that one. They do. But let's go ahead and go, okay, so you did that. Boom. All right? So you won one. 6 becomes 5. Then you won another one. That 5 becomes 4. You win another one. That 4 becomes 3. Okay, that means you've won 3 of these. Okay, when you're down to 3 and you're 0.7 now, it's just 3 times what you have. 3 times 10 is 30. I only have to put 30 out there of this. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. And that'll win my money back plus some. Give me my 64 back. And then I'm fine. Okay. Now, do you have to do 30? No, you can go 40. You can always go one level up to give yourself some more profit if you want. You can do the full level if you want. I'm just counting that if, 6, 5, 4, 3, if you want to cut into this a little bit less and win less money, by the way, to be truthful. But the big thing is cutting into here so you're not risking that big boatload. Okay, again, if you don't mind risking it every time, do the easy version. So anyway, you've won 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Well, what if you want another one? That becomes 2. Now, I'm not going to come out here and go 20s across if I 0.7 out. I'll up it to 25. I want to make it easy for me. Okay, I can still do the 30 level. But all I have to do now is 20, 20, 24, 24, 20, 20. Win that. Okay, remember, when you go up to the next level, you only have to win it once. Get your 64 back. Boom. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay? But if you want to bet 30s across, you can. But you're still cutting into this by half. If you want to do 25s across, fine. If you want to do 20s, fine. You got options at that point. Okay, but at least it lets you know where you're at. All right. But let's say we continue. 2. We get another one. 1. And then we get another one. We're at 0. What the hell does 0 mean to us? Well, here's what 0 means. We have 64 right now. I've won 6 times. There's 75, 80, 85. There's $88. Well, that covers 64. Because remember, if you 0.7 out, you still lose 64. You don't get to keep all this. You don't. Part of that is in there is when you lose this 64, well, I still have $83. I got 64. So when I get hit at 0, I still have a little profit, but I get to put my 64 back and didn't lose and did not have to go up to this level. When you get down to 0 and you 0.7 out, you don't have to come back to the second level. So now you can just put your 64 back. If we took the 64 out of 84, we'd have about $20 in profit. After losing the 64, we'd put it back and still have 20. And that's 2.7 outs. And I didn't have to get to here. You see the difference? You see the difference. Okay? I 0.7'd out, and I didn't have to come into here at all. Matter of fact, I got to put the 64 back and still had money left over. The whole idea of counting is not to have to get so heavy into these two martingales. That's it. That is it. And if you don't mind, do it at full. Again, don't count. But anyway, let's continue. We know that if we start at 6, every time you put 64 back, you start at 6. Okay? Then a hit. There's 5. Then a hit. There's 4. Then a hit. There's 3. Then a hit. There's 2. Actually, I've doubled it up here too. 1, 0. We're at 0. Now let's go into plus. This is what really seems to be screwing with people. All right, we're at 0. We win another one. We're at plus 1. All right, now let me make this really, really clear. Remember, this is 0.0. We got about $83. So we can pay our $64 plus have about $20 left over in profit if we lose right this second, right? So now, but I've went to plus 1, okay? I'm going to put that right there. I'm now covered fully, plus $20 profit, but I have plus 1 unit. What do you do with that plus 1 unit? Here's what you can do with plus 1. Plus 1 means you can just take that money, rack it, and just pretend this is 0 again. I'm using, there's my plus 1. Let me take it and use it and put it into profit. It takes me back to 0. Didn't hurt me at all. I just kept that extra profit. But if I'm going to keep that extra profit, then I have to go from plus 1 back to 0. I'm using it. Okay? Let's say I win again and go to plus 2. I'm plus 2 now. We already know at plus 0, I can put everything back and win $20 at plus 0. Every single time I get to 0, I'm going to win $20 after putting the 64 back. But now I got plus 2. Hell, what happens to you if you get to plus 3? Okay, this is what's screwing people. All right, so let me make this easy again. You have 3 extra units. There's your plus 0 money. Okay, that puts the 64 back plus a $20 profit, 19, somewhere around there, depending on what numbers you hit. Doesn't matter. got your 64 plus profit. Okay, you're in good shape, but now you've hit 3 more. Here's your profit for plus 3. So A, take the plus 3, plus 2, put it in profit, plus 1, put it in profit, 0, put it in the profit. You're right back where you were now, except you could put 64 over there, and instead of having $20 profit over there, you're going to have about 50. Because you have 3 more units over there. But you're at 0. So if you 0.7 out at that point, put your 64 back. Leaves you the 20 plus the plus 3 that you just want. So there's one thing that you can do. If you're at plus 3, or plus 4, or plus 2, or plus 7, doesn't matter. Okay? So, you're at plus 3. Okay? Option 1. Take this back, put it in a profit, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now you're at 0. You're back to, put your 64 back. Keep your profit. All right. But what if you don't want to do that? Watch this. I'm at plus 3 now. Maybe, I want to use one of them in the com. Drops me to plus 2. Maybe I want to use one in the com. And I want to bet, I want to put some horn bets down, whatever. Use them any way you want to. Put them on a stupid bet. It doesn't matter. Use these any way that you want. Profit, 3, 2, 1, 0. Or plus 3, I'm going to use the field for 1. I'm going to use the come bet for 1 and rack a profit. Either way, I went from 3, using it, it's plus 2, using it, it's plus 1, and racking the other profit, 0. This is the part that I think people are missing. All right, show your plus 3. Okay, I think you got that now. Okay. So now let's put our plus 3 back. And here's one more thing that you can do with it. I mean, watch this. You're at plus 3, and then you lose. Okay, you lost $64, but remember, you 0.7'd out when you were plus 3. Okay, so you got to come back over here and put your 64 back out. Remember, here's our plus 3. Watch this. Okay, we have to put our 64 back. We'll borrow one here. Whoops. Okay, we still have $30 in profit. Okay, plus I have plus 3. Okay. Profit. Start at 6. Or, watch this. There's my plus 3. There's my profit. I'm going to use the plus 3 this way. Well, I have to put 64 back, so what do we have to do? We automatically must start at 6 every single time, right? But here's how I'm going to take it. 6, profit 1, 5, profit 2, 4, profit 3, 3. Now I can start at 3. I just 0.7'd out. I'm going to use those 3 extra units to bring my count down. So now, start at 6, 5, 4, 3. Without winning one more lick, automatically 6 drove to 3. Just like that. Now start rolling. 3. Oh, you win. You're automatically down to 2 already. I hope you're getting this. This is the part that's messing with people. Okay, because if I can put a brand new $64 here and start with plus money and bring it down to 4 or 3 or 2. If I get that second point out in a row, I only have to go up in here for a little bit of money. It's all about this. It's all about reducing these bets. Okay? That's what you do with plus money. Okay? Either rack it or use it to play other things. I got plus 2. I'll use those 2 units to play whatever I want. Keep it at 0. Or use it to buy down. When you put your new 64 after you 0.7, put your new 64 out here and go 3, 2, or 6, 5, 4, 3. Use them to buy down that 6. That's it, y'all. And if you can get that in your head, I mean, really, get that into your head, you will save your ass if you ever get into that triple 0.7 apps. Okay? Because when you're into that 3, 2, or 1 stuff, and then you 7 out, 7 out, 7 out, you may have only used $1,000 of it instead of 37. That's why I count. But if I didn't care about reducing the risk of Martingale 2 or Martingale 3, if I didn't care about that, then it would just be every time I 0.7, that first part of the video. Whoop, got to go to that level. It's a straight martingale now. Whoops, got to go to that level. Win a boatload of money. Start over. Whoops, go to that level. Start over. Okay? And you're always risking the 37. This way, you might be risking 2,000 of it, 1,500 of it, 900 of it. You with me? That's why I count. Okay? So I'm not going to do any more videos about it. This is the 3rd time, and I really wanted to get this right. And so hopefully I have. And so any more time I talk about the AMC 117, it's good. I'm going to roll it out just to win money or try to bust it. Other than that, I won't do these anymore. If you have specific questions, you can ask me. But I hope this puts the counting to rest. First part of the video, don't count. Just use it simple martingale. This part of the video, you've now learned how to count correctly and what to do with plus money and what to do when you come to the count. Okay, I hope that did it, y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's done this strategy, whether you did it on video. Like I say, John's done it twice. Jeff at Mid-Atlantic's done it twice. Waylon's done it once, but everybody has rolled it out multiple times off camera. I appreciate everybody's effort, everybody's feedback. I know it ain't everybody's slice of a cake or a cup of tea. I get it. But I want to hear from you dice influencers to think, can you make this work? I don't care whether you would play it or not. Could you take this strategy, even under the count or no count? Could you make this work? That's what I want to know from you DIs, okay? But anyway, thank you. There's both parts, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you got any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, Kenknowsgambling@gmail.com, or just leave me a comment. If you like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. But the best thing you can do for me is share this video. Share this video to anybody that you think this channel will help. So until the next time, y'all, be great.